All right, I'm gonna get started. So welcome everybody. This is our last live yoga session for our 5-day yoga challenge. This is day 4. Please put your first and last name in the chat to get some extra points. And I hope you guys are, continuously challenging yourself or just dedicating to yourself daily yoga, just to help to release tension, like I've been saying nonstop, stress and things like that. I just hope that you are utilizing and obtaining good, satisfying goals or just feeling good from doing yoga or giving yourself a recovery moment daily over the last 4 days so far. Tomorrow is the challenge. I'm not going live. This is kind of, those baby steps. You hold the hands, you hold the hand, and then you let them go. So I've been having these live sessions for accountability of you doing this, but tomorrow is when you hold yourself accountable and dedicate that day without a live appointment to do yoga with me. You can still do the live yoga with me. There are suggestions on on-demand classes and things like that. But tomorrow is your day to shine and devote or dedicate to yourself a moment of yoga. So today, let's get it started. You guys are probably like, all right, stop chatting. Let's get down and into doing what we do best. So let's bring it down to the ground right here. And at any time that you guys can't see me, hear me, or whatnot, just throw yourself off mute and let me know. All right, I have my phone, so I can't see the chat. All right, so we're gonna sit here nice and tall. You can have your legs crossed. You have one on top of one another. You can have your legs in front and bent. All right, I'm just gonna start here with my knees bent. So just like so. And I want you guys to sit up nice and tall, like somebody's pulling you up from the top of your head and making your spine nice, tall, flat, long, strong, everything. And I want you to roll those shoulders back. And right here, wherever you are, I just want you to breathe. And like before, I want you to breathe in through that stomach, making it nice and big, and then exhaling and pushing it back in. You can have your hands on your ribs. And you want to think of expanding the lower part of those ribs in and out as you breathe in and out. Good. Take another 2 breaths. Nice big inhale, and then push it all out. On the next inhale, I just want you to rotate, bringing one hand back, the other hand's the outer part of the leg. And breathe in as you rotate. Nice gentle rotation, don't force it, don't go deep. Good, then come back to center and rotate to the other side. It's a nice rainy day where I am. I know that's not the truth for everybody. There is thunder and my one dog is afraid of thunder, so I'm sorry. She's right under the camera. If the camera moves, it's because she's running away. Good, you're still rotating, nice and gentle and breathing. But for those of you who are on the East Coast, it's a rainy day, so I'm taking this nice and slow today, getting some deep stretching in. Good, on your next inhale, you're gonna rotate face forward, and you're just gonna roll those shoulders back. So we're gonna have a nice rainy day type of yoga session where we're feeling nice and stretched and relaxed, releasing tension, finding that breath, but still finding strength and power. We'll have that in there, you know it. Good, and change the direction that you're rotating your shoulders. Good, if you have your legs crossed, just switch whichever leg's on top or in front. If you have your legs out in front, totally fine, keep going with that. But I want you guys to take your hands all the way up. And then drop one hand down. and reach over to the side. You can just have your hand here. You can start reaching down all the way over. Just make sure you have those seat bones staying glued to the ground. Then you're going to lift yourself up and drop over to the other side. It's okay, so. Again, make sure those seat bones are glued to the ground as you rotate and move over to the side. Good, bring it back to center. You're gonna have your hands in front. And you're gonna drop forward right here. So if you have your legs out in front, you're just dropping forward, letting the hands come down. Your legs are crossed, you're doing the same thing. You're just reaching those hands down, creating a little bit of a bend or a C with that spine as you reach down. And then slowly have the hands come back in your upright position. Bringing the hands up again, we're gonna focus a little bit on those arms and a little bit more on the shoulders. You're gonna have one arm bend over, and you're just gonna bend that elbow and have it pull back and have that hand reach in between the shoulder blades. Good, gently pull yourself over to the opposite side of that bent hand, that bent elbow. Good, then come back up. You're okay. The dog is terrified of the thunder. You're gonna go ahead and bend the other elbow and pull, feeling that stretch in the back part of your arm, your tricep area. You can hold it here, or you can move it on over to the other side. Good, and bring it up, back to center. I want you to have one arm forward, and you're just gonna bring the other hand onto the fingertips and pull it back. So we're really getting that forearm, maybe you feel it up to your shoulder, or just getting a little stretch right here. Range of motion going in that wrist. Sit down. Sit. Good, and go ahead, switch to the other side, other hand. Good, bringing it back. You're gonna interlace or intertwine those fingers, push the palms out. I could never do this when I was really little. You're gonna lift those arms up, all the way up again, like someone's pulling you. Good, and then let the hands drop back behind you, having your fingers pointing towards your hips. And again, you can have the knees, you can still have your knees bent and the feet on the floor, or you can have the legs crossed. You're gonna straighten the hand, or straighten out the arms, rotate those shoulders back, open up that chest. Good, right here, if you're super tight, you'll feel that stretch in the bicep area. Go ahead and lean back, open up that chest, push a little bit deeper into the stretch, into this back bend. You guys can hear the rain, it's hopefully soothing and peaceful and quiet for you. Good, let the chest come back in. Let your hands come back forward, and everybody's gonna have their legs come out front. All right. And you're just gonna take one hand back now and add another rotation. You're going to the outer part of the thigh with that opposite hand, and you're gonna take a deep breath in, lift, and exhale as you rotate. Good, you're gonna take a deep breath in, come back to center, and then you're going to go ahead and rotate to the other side. Having that hand back, the other hand is coming out to the outer part of the opposite thigh, and rotating. Getting a little bit deeper into that rotation this time. Good, and bring it back to center. Extending one leg out, bringing the other leg in for figure 4 type of positioning. Good, and the first thing you're gonna do is just lean forward. You can have your hands rest on your legs, you can have the hands come out in front. And you're just gonna lean forward. Try to think of having a nice flat, straight back right here as you lean forward. Keeping both seat bones glued to the ground. With that spine nice and flat, you can feel that stretch really deep in the hips. Reach those hands forward if you're comfortable and you haven't done so already. And then walk the hands back. You're gonna go ahead and switch to the other side, bringing the figure 4 onto the other side. And again, keeping a nice flat back. Okay. You're gonna lean forward. Keeping that spine straight, leaning down, feeling that stretch early in those hips. You can walk the hands out if you're comfortable. Trying to get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Hopefully you're feeling some release in those hamstrings, the hips, the lower back, all above. Good, walk the hands back together. Bringing your feet over to the other side, switching back to that figure 4 on the original side. I want you to have your chest lift and rotate towards that leg that's extended. And then you can reach your hands out as you bring that chest close or as much as you can with the goal towards that leg that's out. And breathe. Good, I want you to open up that chest. So you're gonna keep the bottom arm, the arm that's closest to the leg that's extended out. You're gonna open up the top hand as you rotate that spine, open up that chest and reach up towards the sky. Good, feeling maybe a little bit of a different stretch into that hip, into that lower back. Good, bring yourself all the way up, switching legs. Right here. Again, lift, rotate, and you're gonna have your chest reaching down to the extended leg. And having the hands go ahead and extend down and reach to assist with the fold or the bend or the stretch. Good. Let that bottom arm stay extended with that extended leg that's grounded. You're gonna open up that chest as you open up that top hand up towards the sky, getting that rotation, a different type of stretch in that spine and the hips, and even into that lower back, or even the lats. Sometimes doing yoga, the next day you may be sore because you got into a little bit of a deeper stretch than your body's used to. And your body's healing and repairing. So you might feel a little tightness or extra tightness in those obliques and those lats or the hips from prior yoga sessions as well, or prior workouts. Good, come back up to center. You're gonna bring both feet in and you're gonna have the soles of your feet aiming towards each other, and you can have your knees wherever they fall. So knees, if they're here, if your hips are super tight, totally fine. Just let gravity happen and let gravity help to push the knees down and out to the side. Sit that chest or sit the spine up and nice and tall. You're okay. Good, open up that chest. Go for a little bit of a back bend as you squeeze and rotate those shoulders down and away from your ears and back. It is down for you. You're gonna extend both legs out to the side now, right here. Sit into this position, feel those seat bones. Hopefully you can push the legs out a little bit. Don't let the feet fall in. You want the toes facing up. We want to go ahead and just let those hands come out in front of you. Right here. Okay. Sit down. Good, reaching towards the ground, feeling that stretch, trying to get yourself as flat as a pancake, even if you're not even close to being flat as a pancake. And just breathe into this, feeling it at the root of your hips, right where the legs meet into the hips, maybe into that lower back, the lats, throughout the entire spine, hamstrings. Every time you exhale, just breathe into those areas that have tension and exhale and release. Good, slowly walk the hands back up. I've never taught yoga to a big brainstorm like this. It's crazy outside. As you sit here, you're gonna sit up nice and tall and just breathe. You're gonna bring one hand out and over to the side. You're gonna bring the other hand up, and you're gonna go ahead and reach over to that side. Trying to keep the seat bones glued to the ground. Good, come up and go ahead and fall over to the other side. Good, and come back to center. Bring the legs together. If you're on a mat, go ahead and bring the entire body onto the mat as you have those legs together and out in front. You're gonna flex the ankles, so flex the feet up. And you're just gonna keep that spine nice and straight and just start to lean forward. When the spine is straight, once again, I think I've said this, but once the spine is straight, you're gonna feel that tension or that stretch a little bit earlier on than if that spine goes round or goes down towards your torso or towards your legs. So keep the back flat as you lean forward. Take a deep breath in. When you exhale, go ahead, round that spine, reach those hands forward and fold into this forward bend, the seated forward bend. Good, slowly come up. You're gonna scoot your hips closer to your heels a little bit. And you're gonna let yourself come all the way down, still focusing on those hips. We're gonna have the one foot come in a little bit closer, the one heel come in closer to the glutes. You're gonna lift the other leg up. You're gonna have that foot flex with the leg that's raised. And you're just gonna hold onto your thigh as you bring that leg closer towards your torso. As that leg is, straight and coming towards that torso, you're gonna extend that bottom leg out, getting a little bit of a deeper stretch, maybe into that hip flexor on the extended leg on the floor, or maybe into the hamstring of the extended leg into the air. So as deep as you want, you can reach up towards that calf and bring that leg in closer to whatever feels right for you. So you're gonna inhale, then exhale and rotate legs. So nice and gracefully switch the extended legs. having the opposite leg on the ground and now the opposite leg extended in the air. And you're gonna, again, hold on to that thigh and just pull it in, the leg into the body and breathe. Good. That leg that's on the ground, you're gonna slowly just slide that foot, the sole of the foot onto the ground, bringing that heel closer to your glute as that knee bends. And you're gonna, with that top leg, you're just gonna fold it over for a figure 4 onto the opposite leg. So now you're gonna focus on that bent knee that's up. I have my left leg up. You're gonna focus on that knee being pushed out and away from the body, opening up that hip a little bit differently. And then also try to engage that core to tilt the hips and to let the whole entire spine become one onto the mat. So you want no gap in between that lower back and the mat. You want to tilt those hips and press that lower back into the mat. If this is enough of a stretch, hold it here. If you need to get a little deeper, lift that foot off the ground and push into a little bit of a deeper stretch. Another progression is lifting that bottom leg and have it facing up, your sole of the foot facing up towards the sky. Keep focusing on the bent knee being pushed and out and away from the body. Good, slowly let that top foot come down and then rest on the ground. And then take the other leg off and switch sides. Ease into it, reposition your pelvis so the lower back is glued to the ground. So tilt those hips up, get that entire spine onto the ground. Focus on the bent knee being pushed out and away from the body. Hold it here and breathe. If you need to make it into a little bit of a harder progression or get into the hips a little bit more, raise that bottom foot off the ground and continue to focus on that knee being pushed out and away from the body. Good, extend that leg if you need to get a little deeper. And then bend the knee. Let both legs come down and out. You're gonna extend the arms out to the side. So if you have a tight chest, you might feel the shoulders, a little bit of a stretch right there as you open those arms up. You're gonna engage that core, go into a 90-degree angle at the knees and at the hips. And you're slowly just let the legs fall over to one side right here, keeping the shoulders glued to the ground. Good, you can extend that top foot out and have it either meet that hand that's out or just have it rest on the ground as you get a little bit of a deeper stretch into that IT band right here. Good, and breathe. Go ahead and bend that top knee, have it meet the bottom leg once again. Engage that core, slowly roll the knees up into the center. And then slowly let the legs fall over to the other side, right here. Keeping the shoulders glued to the ground. Breathe. You can extend the top leg if you want, if you have room. Good. Bend that top knee if you have that leg extended. Have it meet the bottom leg, and then you're gonna engage that core. Bring yourself back to center. Have the feet go down to the ground. Have the arms reach overhead. And then slowly roll yourself or peel yourself off the ground into an upright position by utilizing those abs. Good, you're gonna engage and bring yourself up onto those toes. So you're right here, you're gonna extend that back, find that balance. If you need a modification, just drop the hips or drop the heels and lift the hips. Good, you're right here. Feel your strength as you push yourself off the ground or through the ground into an upright position right here. Good. You're gonna reposition yourself to the top of the mat. You're gonna take a deep breath in, bring the hands up, squeeze the glutes, go into a slight back bend. Good, have the hands stay together, go into a neutral spine. And you're just gonna let the hands fall all the way down in front of the body as you bend the hips, bend the knees, and let the hands then fall straight down to the ground. Go ahead and straighten out your knees so you're in a nice forward bend. Good, you're gonna step the front leg, the leg that's the closest to the camera, and you're gonna just have it come back, step it back, have it follow the back line of the mat, engage your core, and bring yourself up into a traditional warrior one. Lean down, lean forward, be powerful, rotate those shoulders so you're facing forward. Inhale, and then exhale and rotate right here. Good, sink down, lean forward. Nice, strong, powerful warrior two. Good, extend that front knee so the leg is straight. You're gonna lift that top hand up as you let the bottom hand fall down, and you're gonna go into a triangle pose. You can have your hand rest on your thigh, your shin, ankle, or bring it all the way down or to the inner part of that front leg. Open that chest up, and you wanna be nice and flat, keeping the legs straight, finding that breath. Good, inhale. As you bring yourself up, you're gonna bend that front knee, bring that top hand down and bring it to the back leg and lift up. And creating that C, the C position with that top part of your body as you lean and pull that hand back and push into that front knee. Good, you're gonna slowly lean forward. You can have that top hand drop, or if you wanna challenge your core a little bit more, have that front hand extend out, and now bring the other hand up as well. And open and rotate the shoulders out. Your hips should be nice and warmed up and nice and open, as well as that lower back. But again, you can assist with that hand down, or challenge that core with that hand up. Breathe. Good, slowly rotate the shoulders to face that front leg. Step the back leg a little bit closer to the front leg, and then change your position so your toes are facing the front of the mat. You're gonna have your hands come up, and you're gonna slowly just go into a nice strong warrior three. Extend that leg, extend the arms. You can also have the arms come up and in front of your chest. Make sure both hips are facing down towards the ground. And breathe and find that balance. Good, slowly let that leg come down. And then slowly let the leg just come up to meet that front foot. And you're gonna go ahead and go into a forward bend right here. Have a slight bend to your knees as you step the feet back, and you're in a nice strong plank. Breathe and lift those hips. And go into your nice downward dog, feeling that strength, feeling that power, pedaling the heels if you need to. And just reminding yourself the goals is that your heels are aiming towards the ground, hips are reaching towards the sky, chest is reaching towards those thighs, and your neck is nice and loose. And you breathe. Good, slowly lower yourself into a nice strong plank. You can drop the knees if you want, or you can lower yourself into this position, hovering over, and then coming up for an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes back under, going back for a downward facing dog. Good, you're gonna step the leg that's closest to the camera, you're gonna step that leg up towards your hands. Good, and you're gonna hang here in a high lunge as you lift and rotate that back foot to follow the back line of the mat. Engage that core, bring yourself up into a powerful warrior one on the opposite side that we started with. I'm just gonna rotate so you guys can see me. Good, you're gonna inhale, exhale. Go into a warrior two, nice strong power, pushing through, leaning down. You got it, breathe. Good, you're gonna straighten that front knee, tip down into that triangle pose. Have that hand rest on the thigh, the shin, the ankle, or in the inner part of your leg to let the fingers touch down to the ground. Open that chest up. Good, think that you're nice and flat and open, feeling that stretch. You're gonna engage that core as you bend that front knee and lean that top hand back towards that back leg and reach the top hand up and then back behind you and lean into this. Good, slowly come back to a neutral spine. You can either drop that hand or extend that front hand out to challenge the core as you extend both hands out, or the top one here, and open up that chest, face forward or face to the side with the chest, and breathe and lean. Good, come back up into that warrior two. Good, going back into that warrior one. Good, let the hands fall down as you tilt that or change that back foot to face forward, and you're bring that front foot back. So you're in a nice strong plank. Good, you're gonna lift those hips, bring those heels down as you go into a downward dog. Good, slowly going into a nice strong plank. Drop the knees if you need to, or lower yourself down and come up for an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under and going right back into a nice downward facing dog. Good. You're gonna slowly walk your feet towards your hands. So you're in a forward bend right here. You're gonna slowly come all the way up to an upright position. Lift the hands up towards the sky, squeeze the glutes, and go into a back bend. Good, come back to a neutral spine, have the hands out to the side so you're in a nice strong mountain pose. You're gonna focus your weight being on that left leg, and you're gonna slowly start bringing that right leg up as you go into the other side of a warrior three pose. So you're bringing that leg out, hands up. Nice and strong. You can have the hands in front of your heart if you would like. And just find that balance, find your breath. Slowly let yourself come down and up. Good, lift the hands up once more. Squeeze the glutes as you go into that back bend. Stay in the back bend, but release the hands now back behind you. Open that chest up and release the hands, or just have the hands pulling back and open that chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades, roll them back down and breathe. Good. So I let the hands come out into the front, going down to a forward bend, bending the knees and slowly letting your hips come all the way down right here, back and leading yourself back down to the ground. Good, you're gonna keep the feet in front and the hands are gonna go out to the side. Let's strengthen to give ourselves a nice strong core, a strong pillar, a strong base for all movement. We're gonna work on that a little bit. We're gonna slowly with the arms out, slowly roll all the way back until you feel that your abs are gonna give it out. And then you're gonna pull your arms up as you pull that torso back up. And we're gonna repeat this for a couple more. So keep going, slowly challenging yourself to get lower and then pull up. Good, give me 5 more. Bring it down, pulling up. Once you've gotten to that 5th one, come all the way up. Hold on to the front part of your knees. Open up that chest, roll the shoulders back, and lean back slightly. Let the head fall back if you feel comfortable. And breathe. Good, come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, then take one arm back, bring the other arm to the outside, add a little rotation right here as you take a deep breath in. When you exhale, rotate a little bit deeper and breathe. Good, come back to center. This time you're gonna wrap your hands around your legs, drop the forehead down, feel a stretch from your tailbone all the way to your spine as you sit straight up, and bring the chin to your chest and your forehead down towards your knees. Breathe. Think of those rib cage, the lower part of your rib cage, extending really deep, big, to get a nice deep stretch throughout the lats or throughout the intercostals in the rib cage. Good, then you're gonna sit up. Go ahead, bring the opposite or the other hand back. And the other hand to the side, you're gonna do another rotation to the opposite side that we started with. Breathe in, and then exhale and rotate a little bit deeper into that stretch or into that rotation. Good, then bringing it back to center. Good, you're gonna have your legs crossed unless you want to bring them out forward if it's uncomfortable for you. You're gonna sit nice and tall right here. You're gonna bring the one arm up. And then you're gonna bring that hand back, the other hand back, and you're gonna just either have them meet, or you can grab on and kind of bring yourself into a bit of more of a stretch right there. We're gonna be here. And breathe, keep a nice flat spine, and then you can lean forward into the stretch a little bit more. Good, and come up. And release, switch the side, the fold of your legs, and switch your arms. You're gonna bring it up. Go ahead, bend that arm or that elbow, reach the other hand back. Have them clasped together, just holding onto that spine or the shoulder area. Breathe, open up those elbows, pulling them back. Then lean forward if you feel comfortable with that spine nice and flat. Good, come back up to an upright position, let the hands come out. And just rest the hands either on the side of your legs or right onto the knees. And you're just gonna breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth, having that stomach rise and fall. And as you're breathing and you're exhaling, think of if there's any tension left throughout the entire body. And every time you exhale, you're just gonna breathe into that tensioned area and breathe in, breathe out tension, and breathe in relaxation. You still have time that you can spend. I'm gonna take us through a little bit of just a breathing, timed out breathing to help us with relaxation. If you have to go, totally fine. It is the time that I said the class was going to end. But if you have time, stick around. Also another little plug, put your first and last name in the chat so I remember to give you points. But let's get back to that breath if you can. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, having that stomach rise and fall. And you're gonna follow along to my count. So you're gonna take a nice deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna hold that breath for 2, 1. You're gonna push all your breath out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Push all that air out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time for 4. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now find your own rhythm, your own breath. Continue to breathe and relax as much as you can, as much as you're allowed to. But I want to thank you guys for joining me for another live session, and giving time back to you, for you. And for the rest of the day, I want you guys to remember your brain, your breath, and your body. Namaste.
Thanks, Meg.
You're welcome. Thanks for helping.
All right. Have a good afternoon. It was great. Thank you.